Hello, hello. Hey, Sinistello. I wanted to share a link to this new video I just put online. How do I get this? Get shareable link. Okay. So where we left off this morning is we added boss statues into the game. And I just wanted to make it so that the tooltips work for these. Maybe I should shrink the statue size. I don't know. I gotta figure this out. Hey, Mr. D-Boy, how you feeling? Did you get sleep? Also, how did launch go? Tell me everything. Tell me everything you want to tell me. Don't tell me anything if you don't want to tell me anything. Now I'm second. You're gonna keep getting bumped down the list too if other people say second. All right, so we gotta reform these scenes. And yeah, this is gonna be kind of annoying. So they should all inherit from a common statue scene that has the shadow, the column, a character that can be overridden, and then the area 2D, which we could probably customize. I kind of want to shrink this a bit. Like there, maybe. But yeah, doing this is pretty annoying. Ugh, do I even want to do this? Yeah, I think not having a tooltip would be kind of silly. Only did 400 sales in first 24 hours. Didn't go well at all. Did influencers cover it yet? Like, did videos come out? Because I think that's probably where the bulk of this sort of thing would come from. Mr. Farm Boy. I haven't taken a look myself. Oh, hey, I reached out to that person and they ghosted me. I'm not going to point them out, actually. It doesn't matter. Oh, hey, an orbital potato. I think I reached out to them too. I guess we reached out to a lot of the same people. That video did well. I know that was 7 months ago. But yeah, 2 days ago. 5 days ago. 10 hours ago. That's pretty good. 5,000. Oh, that's a new and upcoming thing. Yeah, I was going to say, I know you reach out to a bunch of influencers. I think when they cover it, I think you'll see an uptick probably. Everything's crazy now with Slay Spire 2, Marathon, Pokemon. Slay is at 500,000 players. Yeah. Yeah. My wife and I were 2 of those players yesterday. Yeah, hopefully when things calm down. Because I was going to say, I don't think it's like, it's not curtains. It's not the end. Also, it is nice you started working on your next game anyway. Were you doing any of that on the stream? Or was that all just in the shadows? Because it looks like you have a decent amount of progress so far. All right, so how do I want to do this so that this isn't super frustrating? I think we just had to make new scenes. So I'll check in what I've done. I don't know. I don't really want to do that. Okay, so let's write some things here. So add boss statues. Only the Yeti one has a tooltip for now. I want to commit first before refactoring. All right, what else? I moved, yeah, like 3 objects in the environment, bushes / flowers, to accommodate the statues. And what else? We're adding a grayscale shader and a material. This is fine. World.T-Res, I don't think any of this should have been modified. Unless this was never being used before. We have a bunch of zeros here. Oh, were we using it? We don't need that many. So I'm going to just minus this, which is probably going to break everything. No, wait, no, we don't need any of that. What am I talking about? Yeah, we can just discard the whole thing. Frankly, I get very little done on streams. Too distracting. Can't think clearly. 85% is... Oh, I didn't realize. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I only have watched here and there when I raid. I, to be honest, do not tend to watch a lot of Twitch in the first place unless it's Hearthstone late at night. Hey, Kevin. Hey, Dark. Hey, Egg. I'm not shadow banned from LinkedIn, but my scraper is now. Yeah. I imagine they're pretty rigorous about clamping down on those things. You added 4 tiles for the table. Yeah, got it. Okay. And hey, player. Friends, enemies. I hope only friends. All right, not able to read through that. That's okay. Town scene, we added in. This is just names changing, right? Yeah, I think it's just names changing. Then all statues. Yeah, so most of this is fine. I don't like what I did. There's this testeroni file here. I've like never checked this stuff in. Delete the testeroni script. Yeah, I'm going to check it in now though. What about on the town? Anyway, Mr. D-Boy, I'm hoping things look up. Like I said, I don't think it's the end of this. And I know it's got to feel dejecting anyway. In fact, even the other day, I reached out to whatever 50 or 60 influencers. And then I heard back from so few that I'm like, what's the point of all this? Why am I doing this? Then I just made my own content and I'm like, okay, I feel a little bit better now. I'm not saying it's apples to apples, but the feelings of dejection are pretty similar. All right, this is looking good. All right, this is for $7.95. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, thank you, Mr. D-Boy. How perfect is the game? I'm feeling so good about the quality of my game, but so bad about the reach I assume it'll get. I feel like I understand all the words you're saying, but I feel like there's context that I'm missing or something for how perfect is the game at the moment. Anyway, things are going well. That's, I think, the bottom line here. Some emails could also get automatically marked as spam, moved, deleted, not even reaching them. Yeah, that's true. I did see, okay, so on Steam, you share a key with somebody and then it just kind of evaporates into the ether. And then we have a dashboard that shows how many were claimed. So I look at that number and I see it's like, well, you can actually see claim per day. So I can just see what it is per given day. And usually it's 0. Every once in a while it goes up to 1 or 2 because I didn't send out so many keys yet. But then those people don't respond to me. So it's like someone went and tried the game, I guess, without being like, oh, thanks, I'll check it out. I don't know. I think there's actually a way to figure out who redeemed each key, but it's really tedious and I don't want to violate people's privacy like that. So I don't plan on doing that. So yeah, I don't know who did it, who's planning on covering it. It's a big gamble right now. All right, so let's go make a base statue class. Yeah, I've always found this process annoying. I have to like change the scene hierarchy for this. So here we have a statue that has the testeroni script. I guess let's just save this as like base statue. And we'll call this elite statue. Or let's just say base statue. It's got a shadow, it's got a character sprite, it's got an area. You could probably change these things if you want to. This should just be set via code, and we set auto translate to disable. That's pretty important. It's pretty late for me. Oh no, that's fine. I just want to make sure I wasn't missing anything. Content creators get inundated with emails. One of them said they get like 400 to 1,000 a day. Man, yeah. It is kind of crazy because I had someone respond who gets maybe like 2,000 to 4,000 views per video, and they responded saying something like "cool game," and I'm shortening this a lot. Could I have 250 euros to review it? So like I sent them a free key, and on top of that, they want to review it in a 3-minute video. By the way, now I don't think that's a bad thing for them to ask, but I don't think this is economically viable for me. If they ended up getting, let's say, 2,000 views, for me to recoup that amount of money would require like probably like 35 sales for me to just break even. Now, will you get 35 sales out of 2,000 views? It all depends. That could happen. But I don't think it's worth risking it for right now. It's like I don't want to spend several $100s to potentially get that to happen. And I feel bad because the same reason that I keep talking about game dev economics is like they're talking about content creator economics. All right, so yeah, this is the easy part. The hard part is now getting every other statue to inherit from this. And it's not simple once you already have the scene. So I need to like go make new scenes and set this up. And it's just too bad. I'd love for there to be an easier way. But yeah, I don't think there is. Can I instantiate new inherited scene? Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I would do. And then I replace Yeti statue, I guess. Well, all right, let's do it. It's too bad. But what are you going to do? And yeah, we go overwrite all of these. So let's just do these one by one. So let's get the character thing. Can I just copy the whole texture? Copy value and paste this in here. Why is paste not there? Huh, that's strange. Why can't I paste it? New image texture. Very weird. I don't even see paste in the list. Huh. Can I just press paste? Oh, it pasted the sprite. I don't want that. Yeah, what does copying the texture even mean if I can't? Oh, there it is. That was weird. All right, well, whatever. They have value beyond the actual money you get because of algorithm stuff. Yeah, yeah. And also just it's kind of marketing penetration. It's like it might take 3 ads to get someone to buy something. So their video might not actually seemingly have any sales, but then the next video has a lot. And it's because, oh, well, the first video existed and people saw it from that. Hey, Magnus, I'm doing well. How are you doing? We are finishing up this feature that I started working on, which is going to take me a little bit of time to rework everything I just did. Snake statue. I did not mean to make that large. Okay, slime statue is next, so let's keep doing this. New inherited scene. And we just got to keep copying the textures. There we go. Slime statue. It's not going to work because I already have the scene open. It's too bad there's no like close the scene. There should just be an extra button here that says do the thing I want done. All right, done. Next up is plant statue. So how about this? Let's right click, copy, and then close it and save that as plant statue. Paste. This isn't overriding the base right now. Okay. Plant statue. Okay, Phoenix is special, but we can copy the character sprite for the first one. And paste that over here. And then copy the other 3 sprites entirely. And copy the transform, I guess. Paste. Okay, cool. And now the other 3 character sprites, we just paste those in there and then move them up the scene tree. Cool. So there are phoenixes. Now save that. Okay, next up is the ogre. Do you know what GPT stands for? Isn't it general purpose tool or something like that? General purpose tooling or toolkit or something? I don't remember exactly. But I mean, I don't know if you're asking to like quiz me or to find out what it means for yourself. But if it's to find out what it means for itself, I'm sure you can just search for it online. Generative pre-trained transformer. Okay, yeah, it's been a long time. All right, paste. So I want to save this as ogre statue. Let's go get that. Done, done, done. Main character. This one has to face a different direction. Fine. And then the enchantress as well. Those are going to be slightly more annoying. All right, let's paste this one in. So 16 by 20. Flip it. And set the transform back to whatever this one was. Copy and paste. Cool. So save that one as main character statue. And then we have, what, 2 more? Where's the dragon? Oh, over there. Oh, let's do the dragon one next then. Copy. Paste. Dragon. All right, then we just have the enchantress. All right, let's get that. Copy this. Paste it over here. And then get the transform. All right, so that should be everything. All right, can't overwrite, that's already open. Got it. And then all statues should still hopefully look good. Yes, nice. We have all the positions set. So what that let us do is make a tooltip, which I'm gonna have to go fill in. I can't take Magnus alone. It sounds like you've become the AI. Who knows what's real intelligence anymore? So then the question for these smaller ones is, should we make this, should we like pull in the collision shape a little bit? I don't really think we need to. Well, I don't know. I kind of take that back. If I change this, does this change it just for this scene? I think it changed it for all of them. So if I make this huge, it should change it for, yeah, it changes it for all of them. And now I can't shrink that again. That's a shame. Well, Command Z doesn't work is what I meant to say. So yeah, I think that's probably pretty good. We can make these unique if we wanted to. We could just say they're local to the scene. Don't think I need to worry about that. So now we have this testeroni script. This sets the tooltip, and then we also should take in an instance ID, and then pull in all the information from here. So this is tooltip on parent. Is that. And then I want to set the text. All right, so this is going to be something like this. Name /n, and then what else? Description. String name equals all instance data dot get location data dot elite dot something. What's in here? Get monster name, and it's a function. And we need to do what? Value dot that? Name description, nullable type may have value null. We know this has to exist. Although at that point, is there any reason to say dot value? I guess so. All right, well, I should have just done it this way. Elite instance data, elite data. Then replace that and get the description. It's not that though. It's get like banner flavor text. Whew. All right. Yeah, I don't know how you'd fight against that. I think that's the issue. Why do you put collider that high though? Shouldn't it reach to the top edge of the front face of the pillar? It's just supposed to be an approximate. This is for a tooltip on a thing that most of the time people will never even probably see. So yeah, should you be able to hover over here? Like probably. I might still do that too. Trying to do more marketing? All right, yeah, sure. Mr. D-Boy. Yeah. Hey, Sarah. Where's the testeroni library to jumpstart all future games? We should do that. Call a library like do not use this library. Okay, so now we got to initialize all of these things from all statues. We currently only initialize the one. But now it's going to be a statue base or something. What did I do? What did I call this? I guess they're all testeronis right now. So we should rename that at some point. But yeah, we should go through all of the statues. I guess we can do this in it so that we don't need to do this in 2 different spots. Now this is just statue. And then the instance ID, I need to pull that from the dictionary. Instance ID, instance ID. All right, that should do it. Let's go try it out. D nut. No. It'd be donut. Because you just make the do take up both letters at the beginning. Do not use this. Call it the donut library. All right, so let's try this out. Yeah, I just want another new line there. Okay, this is all really silly. All right, new line. This there. All right, now we rename this. This should not be called Testeroni anymore. So let's go find that. Rename to base statue. And then load that up. And rename this. And then go to all statues. I guess technically what it's storing then is base statue. So we don't even need to do any casting. We can delete this. And replace this. Yeah, that's it. All right, pretty nice. Yeah, so that's the code. That's the whole feature. And your character does not have a tooltip because I don't want to translate another string. So what happens if you hover over that? Nothing. And it doesn't produce an error, right? I mean, that doesn't look good. Yeah, because there's no, it's trying to pull in instance data that doesn't exist, right? Probably. No, wait, no, there's just no, I see. I need to get the character statue so I can null out its tooltip, right? Or I delete it from the character. Can I do that? Can I just delete this thing? Can't operate on nodes the current scene inherits from. Can I make this local? Seriously? Clear inheritance. I could do that. Clear inheritance, no undo. Yeah, sure, do it. Now delete the area 2D on it. All right, that should still work. Wonder if anything will take me by surprise. Unlikely with my amount of watch time. Yeah, it is probably unlikely. Unless there's a day that you missed. Can you check if the script still loads after that rename? We'll know if the script reloads because the tooltips will still work. So as long as I can hover over this, yeah, we're fine. All right, yep, there we go. Nice. There's skeletons in this game? No, that's the only spoiler that you weren't supposed to share, but now everybody knows. The skeletal cat is out of the skeletal bag. Whoops. Sometimes I zone out. Well, you'll hopefully have fun anyway. It's like if you watch someone play a game for a month straight and then you finally play it, it is a different feeling. All right, nice. Yeah. Okay, cool. Refactor statues. I had a Testeroni script on just the Yeti. Tooltips now show on all elite statues. The main character doesn't inherit from base statue because there is no tooltip for them. Yeah. Anything else? This is all just on launch time. I think this is fine. Yeah, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Oh, wait. We got to mark that this fixes this. Reward, first instance. Goes to that. Take things out of the museum. Yeah, let's just check this in. Okay. And I'm going to write, I decided to only add boss statues. I did so in what? This commit, in this, and this. I'm going to close this issue now since I don't think the other parts of it will get done before launch, or even should be done before launch. Okay. I'm going to say that it's fixed. No, I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I'm going to say it's fixed. Hey, Blub. Hey, Shuffleton. Okay. So this is finished. See if we should add this to the game. Yeah, I kind of wanted to try this out and just see what it looks like. In fact, let's just copy this and just put it on a tree and see what happens. Tree. This is not a thing you can do, is it? I think we need to make a scene out of the tree, but maybe we don't. Maybe we can just put a material on these. So I want to select any of these trees and rendering. Oh, you can put a material on it. Well, well, well. Let's make a shader material then. And let's make a new shader. So we'll call this Testeroni GD shader. Yeah. Now how do you edit this? There we go. All right. Does that work? Yeehaw. This is pretty much the same thing as what I had already been doing, right? Also, I think it changed the positions of all of them. What if I take that off for a second? How do we find that there? Yeah, so what if I revert this for just a sec? It does move them. It moves them in kind of an extreme way, too. Does that happen in the game? Yeah. There's a tree in the middle of the shop. This does not look good. It is very hypnotic, though. Yeah, so we're not going to use this. I was just curious. I wonder why it's moving it, though. Local UV. I guess because of this. The vertex shader moving. We have times 1 plus scale. So if I just set this as 0. Yeah, they all... Wait, no. Now this is invalid. Because I need to type 0 dot. Yeah, so this is what's moving them. Well, that's not good. Did you ever think to add more background items in the shop to make it more shop-like? No, there's a lot already going on in the shop area, at least in terms of character activity. So when you have a bunch of items, let's say you do this, your skeletons can collect up in the back. So all of this space can be taken up, and then all of the space down below can be taken up by items. So the only real space that there is like a 1 tile border around the left, bottom, and right. It's like an open air shop. Okay, let's close out of all that stuff. Now I want to go revert all of this and reload this. I was afraid it would do that. It just saved the shader that I wanted to delete. Hopefully it doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, nice. Okay, so sync. All right, we still have to publish the game. But is there anything else we can do before then? Let's look through the issues. We're down to 33. I'd love to get this down to 1 page today. But that would involve closing however many issues we have here. 2, 4, 6, 8. Do I have some that will close themselves? This and this. So 2 of them will automatically close. So I need to close 6 more if I want to get down to 1 page. Okay. I guess we can make a decision about this. Right now, the only way for you to open settings is to press UI cancel, which means you need a keyboard or controller. Most people are fine with this. Heard a few people say they were expecting a button. We could put like the tiniest little settings gear at the upper left in the town menu. There's almost no space for it. I don't think I want to do that. I'm just going to close this issue. I'm going to close this. Just never found a great place for it to show up, and I don't think it's super important in the first place. No notification. Do you follow the live stream notifications on Discord? Because at least those go out pretty reliably. Where is... I'll just let you answer that. I was going to say I can look it up, but there's no real reason to. All right, so we closed 1 issue. We need to close 5 more. How about fully launch the game? No, you can't do that. Consider trying smoothly zooming with the scroll wheel. I still liked this idea, but I couldn't get this working the last time I tried. And it's not bad. I just think it's clearer for viewers and everything. What did I do? Change all instances of zoom.x to be float actual zoom. Then set zoom would pretty much just set actual zoom equals zoom. Needed to comment out the position changes from zoom on mouse cursor. Try to tween would result in weird behavior. Try some code like this in process, but couldn't get it to work. I should have written why I couldn't get it to work. Because I don't remember, but I think there were too many issues here. Somehow I missed the Discord one. Normally I get a notification from Twitch as well. Gotcha. So we need some kind of homing pigeon to come to your place and ask for bird food. You'll be like, oh, I guess Adam's stream is on. Yeah, I'm going to close this for now. I already looked into it and couldn't quickly figure something out. And it's not super important. I do still think it would be nice, though. All right, let's do that. Hey, Vibe. It is going well. We've done some good stuff today. One of the things we did is whenever you beat a boss, you will now get a boss statue added to the town. The game does not tell you this. If you hover over it, it just says a couple strings that you would have already seen before. And some of them are a little bit goofy. Like you fight 4 phoenixes at a time, so they're actually just stacked on top of each other. And then the final boss, it renders your statue you versus statue snake, just like in the original cutscene. So I like that a lot. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. And we did some other kind of minor stuff. Actually, I just closed the game. But one of the things is we changed how items stack. So it used to be that you'd have the baseline of stacked items be different from the baseline of a single item. And we fixed that. Although this picture does not show it, obviously, because this is the broken part. But yeah. So that's the kind of stuff we did today. Like really minor stuff. All right, what else do we have here? Battle map looks bad after changing the game scale. Launch a game with the game scale of 1x. Open the battle map. Did I look into this recently? We need to detect the window size changes and then probably call update margins next frame. Then the battle map would look like this. Then once the margins have been updated, we need to call window size change. I just don't want to look at this. I don't want to do anything about it. Make achievements specifically for adding objectives. Okay, so this is something we could potentially do right now. Get at least X gold medals in bone mode. Complete story mode with just 4 adventurers. Is it even fun to do that? Because, hang on, let me think about this. I guess you could pick... You know what we could do? We could say complete story mode without the archer and witch doctor. Or... Wait, let me try something really fast. I don't know how I want to do this, and I don't want there to be some silly objective here, so I don't think we should add this achievement, but I'm just curious about something that is a waste of my time. So we need to start a game that has the rogue or the mage. Yeah, there's the mage. Okay, so now we grant ourselves a ton of money. So assuming we had a ton of money, could we beat the game with just 2 characters? I don't remember if I looked into this. This fight, you're guaranteed to win. And then you can unlock the farm, so you'd be guaranteed to be able to get to level 20. So we could just set these to level 20 now, as though you wasted your time doing that. So the question is, can you get to the point where you can get treasure chests? If you can, then yes, you'd be able to beat every character or every boss. Let me just put some points over here. I don't even know if we'll need all these. There. So this battle, we're easily going to win. This battle, we're easily going to win. In fact, we should beat all the next like 3-4 locations pretty easily. Then I think we'll get to treasure chests, right? Yeah, so that was easy. This is probably dead simple. Yep. Also easy. And now if I save and load, we don't have the treasure room yet. Is it after you beat this character? No. It is after you beat this, yeah. So then it is possible you could beat the game with just the rogue and the mage. Because now you can get the treasure room. And once you have this, you can eventually afford like infinite upgrades pretty much. You'll get a lot of items that you don't need. But yeah, let's cheat this a little bit. In fact, here's what we're going to do. We're going to make it so that it just gives you mage stuff. There. Now turn on auto purchasing. Now turn on lots of loot and more treasure stands. And then do this. Grant a bunch of workers. Get flying guild supplies and auto opening. And then a whole bunch of keys. And that should make the mage very powerful. Level 18, level 19, level 20. We need more treasure chests. Oh, we need more money. There we go. Level 28. Hey, couch. No one knows what it means. Nice. Nice indeed. Okay, so now the mage should be able to beat probably pretty much anything. Let's go try the next boss. Can they beat that? Well, they wrecked that location. What about this? Yeah, they destroyed that too. Yep, destroyed that. They probably can't beat this. Yeah, got it down to half-life. This one's hard because the Yeti insta-kills whoever it attacks. So you need to kill him before you can get 2 attacks off. Oh, all my characters are running around with items they can't dump. All right, now what level are we? 120. Can we beat it at 120? Yep, we did. Okay, so then I'm guessing you can beat the game now. Yeah, because the mage is just too stupidly powerful. Good. Good. Can they beat this? And what level are they? 138. Yeah, they can. Okay, so it is technically possible to beat the game with just a rogue and the mage. It's probably incredibly tedious. How long will it take you to level up through the guild this much? It'd take you probably a pretty long time. And I don't know if it'd be fun for anybody. And you'd probably just leave the game running overnight or something. Pizza's been eaten. Nice, nice, nice. Does feel like a great Friday evening. Hey, typical employee. 7 days is like a week. That's a whole week. Good job, Couch. Truly the best achievement. So, yeah, I think this is a silly achievement. It's possible to beat the game with just the rogue and the mage, but it's impossible to beat the game with just one adventurer. I tested it a bunch. You know how far people will go? No, it's not that I don't know how far people will go. It's that I don't want the average person who plays this game to feel like, oh, I got to go play some like 12-hour run just to get all the achievements. Because I don't think that would be fun. It's a very easy achievement to code, though. We just checked. Did you beat the snake? And now how many adventures do you have? Is it just 2? Okay, you get the achievement. And then shut down the servers, yeah. Maybe it only opens up after you finish the game. I just don't think that kind of thing should be an achievement. Because, again, it's not hard. You would, if you were legitimately going for this, what you would do is you'd unlock auto battling. You'd get your, couple of adventures that you have. I happen to have the archer here too, so just ignore that. And then you just be like, okay, I'll let the computer run for 3 hours just doing this. And then when battle after battle after battle after battle, you start funneling all this stuff into your farm. You just walk away. You come back. You level up a bit. It turns it into like a true idle game experience. In fact, what if the achievement was called that? Like, this is what this game would have been if it were a true idle game. I wonder how long you can make achievement names. Max achievement name length Steam. What's the longest name or description for an achievement? 873 characters. Longest title is 104. Yeah. Yeah, so this one is even shorter than that. This doesn't sit well with me. I don't know how achievement hunters feel. Like, true achievement hunters probably don't care. They'll just do whatever. Or they'd stop being achievement hunters at some point. But what about the average player who gets like 75% of the achievements easily and then 20% more pretty easily and then goes out of their way for like 5 minutes for the last 1 to 2 achievements? This person probably doesn't want an achievement that they've got to go like restart the whole game and then ignore one giant game mechanic. How does it feel having almost the final game? I remember the first games where you just had a bunch of squares running aimlessly around a white screen. It feels pretty good. It's just kind of crazy to think there are a lot of points in the development where I almost feel like luck was involved, but it wasn't really luck. I'm not saying that no luck was involved. There was luck involved. I'm just saying there were times when, what's a good example of this? I don't know. Like we just added the goblin and the bird thing, right? Like these are things that I needed to say, this is how I'm spending my time now, and then go do that thing and follow up on it. And I feel like there were a lot of those kinds of moments where I was just like, okay, I guess this is happening now. We're just doing this. So that's kind of surreal to look back and think, man, there were a lot of points when I just needed to kind of push through something. Sounds like an Easter egg achievement. What happens if you don't get all the achievements? Nothing. Achievements are just for fun for players. Yeah, the first streams, yep. Yeah, I was determined. Fortune favors the brave. Yeah, like I said, luck isn't exactly what I was thinking about. It's like I quit my, well, not my like first job, but I quit the first time I quit a job to stream was back in 2015. And that's another one of those cases where like anyone can quit a job. It's not like it's hard to go into your boss's office and be like, hey, I quit. That's not the hard part. The hard part is being financially sound afterward and like, I don't know, coming up with a plan, making use of that time. Those are the more difficult parts. But that was still one of those things where I was like, okay, I guess now is the time. No one tells you that's the time in your life you should do that. And most people tell you this is a bad idea. Even probably maybe it was a bad idea to some extent. Hey, Initial, how many wish lists are you at after Next Fest? So the Next Fest I participated in was June of last year. You can only be in one. So I know that Next Fest just ended, but that was 2 after the one that I did. And I did not benefit from this Next Fest. In fact, it probably hurt me because people looking for demos just found Next Fest stuff. With that said, the number of wish lists I'm at is like just above 12,000. So it doesn't matter if the regular player doesn't get the one very hard one and not fun to do achievement. Right. It doesn't matter in terms of like, yeah, I guess it doesn't matter for most people. I guess imagine this. Imagine there's like a set of 5 collectible things in real life. I don't know, maybe you like buy a movie ticket and they give you a colorful ball and you could get red and green and blue and yellow and purple. And you get these 4 and you're like, oh, I don't have the purple one. It's the same thing in that you're probably like, well, I got 80% of the other ones. Like, why can't I get the purple one? But there's no real reason for this. It's like, yeah. So I don't want people to say, oh, I got 98% of the achievements and they were all easy. And then there's the final achievement is like, oh, go spend 12 hours doing something. You'd be like, oh, I don't want to do that. I don't know if that would feel bad for players. 500 different things to get 100% in the last game. All right, well, what does chat think about this? Let me make a poll. Because I'm a little bit torn the more I talk about it. Like, I do think it's kind of interesting. Should Adam add an achievement that takes a very long time? That's not really the point, though. Should Adam add an achievement to beat the game with just 2 adventures? So you can't do that. Achievement to beat the game with just 2 adventures. Okay, well, whatever. You know what I'm trying to ask. So yeah, should we add the achievement to beat the game with just the rogue and mage? It would take a long time for anyone to do. It's probably not very fun. It doesn't even matter. What is that emote? Looks like a Yu-Gi-Oh thing. Cassowary. Where's the third option? I don't like this poll. You just shared it. You used that option. You're exercising your rights over here. Hey, noob. Cookie Clicker does it, and no one seems to be upset. But Cookie Clicker is a game that already lasts for like tens or hundreds of hours, right? If it takes 4 hours at max, I'm adding it. I think it's longer than 4 hours. The regular story mode with no restrictions takes about 4 hours. So the rogue and the mage would take, I don't know how long. In fact, what we could do, we could run the game at 8x speed and see how far I get. Okay, let's try that. Let's see if this is worth doing. This is very silly. All right, I'm not going to do this exactly, so let's start this and then. Yeah, we already messed up because we have to start without the archer being given to us. And it was given to us twice. Okay, this I will reset because that was just a waste of time. It's still giving me the archer. There's a 1/3 chance that I get the archer, and it's rolled it 3 times in a row. There we go. Okay, so I send them into battle. We're technically starting with a tiny bit more money than normal, but the start of the game is not hard to get through. Oh, we're not running at 8x speed. There. So then we hire the rogue. We get this. We probably get this. In fact, we probably just start these battles and get a bunch of potions at first. Actually, no, what am I doing? We should go here now. And then I should save and load so that I can get just the stuff that's available to me. Okay. Yeah, nice. Now we do that and that. Yeah, it's reasonable, but I don't think the challenge is very fun. I think that was my point. All right, we don't even really need to touch this over here, which is how a player would probably play this too. All right, what's the best thing? Yeah, getting a worker for sure is really good. We can't get extra workers in the form of adventurers, which is kind of sad. All right, so now we can level up our adventurers. Cool. Let's get increased appetite, which is probably like the most important one because we're eating an item every 15 seconds. Now we can level up our next adventurer. Great. Let's not forget to give them their skill point. Start the timer. Did I not do that? Oh. Okay, well, add like 2 minutes maybe. VOD check it is. Yeah, I guess we'll just say it was 2:12 when I started this. Yeah. Again, we're just looking for approximates because even though we're running at 8x speed, the difference between 8 minutes is probably not going to be a huge difference. So we really need to level up, which means you really need to put all of our money into the farm. Yeah. Because we only have these 2 adventurers. They can probably go fight in the next area now, though. Let's go do that. Get our armor shop. Get our warehouse. Level up again. Turn that on, but turn down the battle sounds. All right, yeah. We're getting somewhere. Now we should probably make this guy eat a little bit faster. Now that's a speed run. That it is. All right, now let's get some more customers. Yeah, I enjoy. Well, this is very different the way that I'm playing this. In fact, I wonder if we should give players access to 8x speed if we're gonna make them do this. All right, now we have 200. Let's get another customer and some speed for them. Oh, we're selling a lot of stuff. Yeah, I should get the click to get more crops thing. Oh, we can level up the mage now too. All right. Yeah. Oh, you know what would actually help is a quick move menu. Nice. Now I can sell things super fast. This is actually kind of funny. Let's get that. All right, we can almost afford to get the quick crop harvest thing. Now we can. Now we can harvest all these at once. Nice. Such a silly run. And the longer we fight here, the better, because that way customers will only want items that we're getting. So now we should do this, so we can get rid of all those things. There we go. I need to get them their cloak. Nice. All right, now let's level up the farm. Golden Kappa. Nice, Skitter Cat. And thanks for the resub. How many of those did they give out? And hey, SWAT Kid on YouTube. They just hand those out to everybody now? Did you play any Slay the Spire 2? Okay, we get our next level up. This is going to make us kill stuff even faster. You did. It's great. Yeah, it is great. All right, yeah, now we're getting lots and lots of items. All right, garbage slime is really going to come in handy here. I probably shouldn't have upgraded them to the max. Oh, well. All right, next we'll get more customers. World's goofiest run over here. I said next, but we did not end up doing that next. And I should probably get all this stuff now. Witch, burn them. Too many cloaks. All right, customers, we said. We need maximum selling capacity. Time to spam. We'll put it in golden kappa only mode. That way Skitter Cat can feel special. For once in his life. Such a goofy run. All right, how much time are we up to right now? It's been actually like, yeah, 6 minutes. So it's really been 48 minutes according to the game. Now, if you were playing this for real, you'd be able to move much faster. Like, since I'm playing at 8x speed and I can only click so quickly, I'm not making as much use out of the time. ADC. All right, so now we have a ton of money. We can afford the maximum customer upgrade, which is actually quite lucrative. I wonder if this is a decent run idea. Well, it took me 50 minutes to get here. So now we gotta upgrade this. I should probably upgrade the warehouse too, because we're losing a lot of items. Can barely keep up with this. And I should be feeding more to the slime. There we go. Okay, so next upgrade would be this. That way we can stock the shops. Oh my god, I can't even stock them fast enough. Now that's sellin. We make the workers move faster. Look at them zipping around. Oh my god. It's so fast. They're like ants. Sound like hotcakes, yeah. Okay, let's upgrade this and this. So now we have a fully maxed out farm. So I think it's time we now take on the next location, which we can easily beat. Level 4 and 5 here. Yeah, nice. They can beat this, which will give us another worker. Then we could always go back to an old area if we want to. Everyone wants potions that I don't have. Use some debug thing? Yeah, I'm using a debug thing. This is not how fast the game is. That'd be crazy. All right, we got a new worker. Hey, Katie. 10 streams. You are basically a fan. You have any fun weekend plans? All right, let's try the dragon now. Can we beat the dragon? Yes, we can. We'll sell this sword here. Can they beat the volcano? I don't think they'll be able to now. Yeah, so this is their first challenge that they lost. But we level up the rogue, and now it should be pretty easy. Yeah. Game's looking really polished. Thanks. Yeah, this menu with the overlap definitely helped. All right, now we need this and a bunch of upgrades. And we get the enchanter. And we can get auto casting. We probably want... What do I want? I think I want workers to move faster. Because they're the ones doing everything right now. Look at them go. And if we cast this, then we have a lot of mana. I should sell the occasional potion over here. Yeah, so the main bottleneck is we just have to level up, which we're going to do with this. And then I should just pay attention to clicking here, because I can click faster than the skeletons can click. Because they don't have mice. Catch the goblin? Oh my god, yeah, you're right. There he is. I forgot. Everyone wants boots. Let's just go get them their boots. Alright, give them the boots. There's a boots. They all left town? Seriously? I took like 1 minute. I guess it was really, in their minds, a long time. The Black Mirror episode right now. All right, we maxed out the farm. We can't do anything else there. Yeah, so I guess let's keep seeing. Can we level up? Yeah, can we beat the next location? Yes, they can. Wow. Good job. Okay, I'm not fighting, which is why nothing's happening. Can they beat this? They can, and I can get the fishing pond now. Which means I can get spicy cooking. Motoboat! Happy March! Thank you for the gifted subs. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Motoboat rarely talks. It's just gifted subs. Alright, so we can go fight occasionally at the fishing pond. In fact, let me do that. There we go. I'll just dump all of these in here. They're at 16 fish, 18 fish, 19, 24. Once we get to 45, we're going to get a ton of wisdom sludge. I don't know what level you even need to be, though, to get to treasure chests. Because treasure chests are the first major barrier in the game. Can we beat this? Actually, if we leveled up the mage, we probably could. Oh, we did. Wow. Okay. So, wait, doesn't that mean we get treasure chests? Yeah. Okay, so from here, that didn't even take that long, did it? Yeah, that was 12 minutes of real time. So it's like 96 minutes of fake time. And now you can just fight anywhere and get treasure chests. So I'll level this up. We'll get a point in that. Actually, no. Send him over to there. Oh my goodness. Look at them go. Oh, what am I doing? Okay, there we go. All right, now we need item stacking. That'll give us even more money. Cost 750. Piece of cake. Done. Now they can get multiple items on top of each other. Pretty good. Sell that stuff. Also good. We need 400 gold now. Actually, the next slime upgrade would be great, but it doesn't exist yet. But these would be too. These cost 1,000. What do they do? Cause all mature crops to be harvested. That would be really nice. Let's do that. Got it. Now we just cast this spell, and now the entire farm will get harvested the next time it gets cast. Nice. And that gives me more wisdom slots. This is very interesting. Stop twisting my arm to chat. It must be to chat. I knew it. I knew it, Xyletics. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you both. This is what top streamers' chats look like, by the way, on a regular day. Just subs, like a couple of chat message, more subs. For a scant 20 seconds of my life, I get to feel like a top streamer. Thank you, Motoboat and Xyletics. Alright, we actually have no use for Wisdom Sludge after we've leveled up to 20. What does it do? Damage bonus? I don't think that's even good, is it? It's like boss stuff. Let's go with that. Yeah. Oh, and thank you too, Leap Year Girl. And welcome, Katie. You're a sub. I think again, right? Weren't you a sub before? No. Okay, let's get more space in the warehouse. We should never be running out of items. Okay, so now we need treasure chests. I am gonna manually buy a couple, which only gives us 3 slots. And they're not even characters that we have, right? There's 1 for the rogue. So yeah, I think selective loot is the most important thing. I should have gotten that first. And then we can just power level one of the characters. Maybe the mage, because they have some AoE. One of my badge back. Oh, Phil, thank you too. By the way, I'm sure everyone knows this. I hope they do, but I'm kidding about this. I don't want to encourage this necessarily. I appreciate it, but it's not a necessity. Yeah, thank you all. This is not some like next level streamer manipulation. Oh, that's true. Yeah. Competitive advantage. All right, let's get all the cheapo things here. We never need this upgrade. Our adventurers will always be busy. I was wondering what that sound was. It's faux potions. Oh, and you sub too, Phil. You gave 5 other people warmth before giving yourself a blanket. Happy 1-year anniversary. So all the customers want other things. Let's get selective loot. We have that. And then I want these to fly to the guild. Nice. Okay, so now I'm going to pick the mage. And now it'll only spawn with fire rods in there. Okay, now let's turn off the effects. Or turn them way down. So, what can they go fight now? Can they beat this? They really haven't been powered up very much. Yeah, that's level 2. So they die here. No, they can't beat that. But soon enough, they'll be able to. So we need armors, though, which we don't get from here. Let's get that. Turn this on. And then probably start turning this on. Yeah, I don't need Wisdom Sludge anymore, I think. Let's just super level the mage. Yeah. What do we give you now? Probably that. Yeah. Oh, thanks again, Leap Year Girl. Missed the beginning? Well, now you're a sub. Bush underneath the tree to the weapon shop. Now it's bothering me. This one? Yeah, I'll delete that. I'll write it on my list. Between the paths? That one? I'm not sure if you're talking about these. I don't really find it to be problematic, but bottom left corner of the shop. I still don't see it. Bottom left corner of the weapon shop? Did you say weapon shop? It was in the middle of the screen? Yeah, I don't think I see it. Oh, we're getting tons of stuff now. Okay, let's get a whole bunch of things. Let's get this, that. Let's get auto opening, special keys. We need auto purchasing next. Nice, we got it. Oh, Demolay, thanks for gifting us up too. Wow. All right, now we're getting tons of items. Okay, so they can probably go beat the next area. Oh, they're doing just fine over there. What level is this? Level 9? That might not be enough. Nope, it's definitely enough. All right, now we're getting tons of loot. So let's increase the potency of this, which we won't be able to afford for a while because it's automatically going into treasure chests. Yeah, in fact, we're not gonna... Let's just turn this off. We don't even need Wisdom Sludge anymore. Look at him go. Oh, and faux potions will just automatically fill this up and then harvest it too. Well, the workers, I guess, will harvest it. All right, we should turn this off for a second. Because I want this to be more powerful. This is my source of income. And then, do we have instant loot? No, we need instant loot as well. Yeah, now we're getting more items that we can hold. Let's sell some of these things. We can get instant loot. Nice. Now every like 30 seconds, we're going to get a bunch of random items. Good. Good. Perfect. Yep. Then cast that and those. Cool. So we've maxed out practically everything. Is there anything else we can afford over here? No. What about here? No. Well, I don't want that. That's all. Oh, yeah. I definitely need another worker. What am I doing? All right. Now we just need yellow potions. Send you back to the yellow potion place. Get those super fast. Easy. Nice. We got another worker. Now we need fire swords and canes, which both come from here. Skeleton dance. Hey, Boila. This one. Is it? I don't see what the problem is from this. What's the issue? There's a bush underneath the tree next to the weapon shop. Okay, well, I'll have to look at it in the environment. Maybe it's there. I just don't see it. Yeah, I'll copy this on my to-do list. Okay, now we have a ton of money, and I don't need it for anything other than treasure. Well, I guess we might as well just get that. And now we can funnel it all into treasure chest. Yeah. And I can put these into the extractor, right? Yeah. I don't think this would be fun in real time. I think it'd be nice if you got more adventurers, but the whole achievement would be that you can't get them. Yeah, we're getting a lot of gear now because we're finishing this fight faster and faster. It's finishing in 13 seconds. So look, loot is finally accumulating here. We can't handle it that fast. Which I guess means the garbage slime is going to eat it, so I don't need to do anything anymore. All right, can they beat the next location? What level is the mage? 36? That might be enough. Oh, yeah, they destroyed it. All right, now they're beating the next one, which means I can upgrade this, which means I can get a whole bunch of other things. So let's turn off the treasure chest for a second. And just let my town catch up. Yeah, they cannot handle this. So now I can get cloning and employee discount. Let's get cloning. And one more level pretty soon. Oh, and the garbage slime eating from the warehouse. That'd be really good. 5,000? Okay, I'll wait for that. Because that should be a lot of money coming in. Well, there go my items. They're getting cleared out immediately. Wow. Guess because they're not winning very fast. All right, cool. Let's get some more points into you. And then put this over here. Okay, so let's get a couple treasure chests now. And then that's it. We're pretty much on the way to beating the game. Yeah. Oh, look, there's a bird. I can't click them because they're moving too fast. There we go. All right, this we got to slow down for here. They could be spicy cooked, right? 220. That is massive. Where's the goblin? There they are. I don't even need those items. Yeah. We have way too much now. Okay, so now we should probably get this and that. Now the workers will never be held up anywhere. And the more employee discount we get, the more we'll get there too. But really, all of this comes down to at this point is just how fast can they open treasure chests. Because that's what gives me power. And nothing else really does. And they're struggling to keep up. So I guess let's enable... Oh, there's impulse buying. I should get that. And so now whenever it casts a customer spell, they'll automatically buy things. What are they doing? Okay, can they beat the next location? Oh, the Yeti. This is where the run just gets, like, stopped. Oh my god, yeah, that was miserable. They're doing no damage. And they gotta kill him in, like, 2 hits. Can you dodge the Yeti's attack? I don't remember. That's the best chance we'll have at dodging. Alright, let's try it again. Can they even? I don't think they can. Oh, wait, we did a lot of damage there. I don't think they can dodge. Does it say on the map if they can dodge? Well, it's not happening, so it probably can't happen. I don't even think the rogue is cloaking before they get to it. Yeah, okay. Well, we're close, probably. What level is the mage? 98. So they just need to be like 110. So this is really a challenge about, can you get to level 110 with treasure chests? Paul's mine. You'd be a great customer in Skellin. My goodness. Look at them go. Oh, we are leveling up the rogue too now that I think about it because of the Omni Orbs. So actually we should take, well, we should just level you up some more. Let's just, can we split these parties up? Can just the mage tackle that on their own? Because if so, then the rogue can come over here and just start fishing. Yeah, wow, they can. Wow. Oh, and there's like a million fish in there. Look, overflow fish eggs was like 150. So we're just killing fish after fish after fish. Wow. Well, that's certainly one way to level up. All right, pretty neat. Let's go put you over to here too. Can you beat that? Probably not. Oh my god, they can. What's going on here? This lasts for 7 seconds and their chance to dodge is 25%. So they can stack it up to 50%. So they're probably dodging like half the attacks. Yeah, wow. Okay. Well, that's one way to get loot. One way to get loot, one way to level up. Okay, can they beat the Yeti now? I think the mage needs to die second. Well, the mage needs to not die, otherwise we lose. But if the mage gets targeted first, then it's over very quickly. Yeah, no, they're not there. They're getting him down to like a quarter life. Oh, there goes. No, that didn't work. They almost won though. I bet if I just ran this enough times, they would win, but it would probably take too long. Yeah, so let's stop that for a bit. Send them back into there. Is there anything else I can even buy? I guess this stuff. But this would actually be bad. I'll get another clone. I can't afford it and I'm not getting the money fast enough. There we go. Okay, so we just sell the occasional weapon from here. Get ourselves some money. Whoops, that was stupid. Where are all the workers? What are they doing? I guess they're running into the guild a lot. I have tomatoes in my warehouse. Just spoiling in there. What's going on in here? I'm trying to see if I can beat the game with just the rogue and the mage, and it's taking a very long time. In fact, maybe this would speed up if I were to put keys into here. Yeah, I guess so. We have a lot of purple keys. Oh, in fact, can I just do that? Yeah, I can. I can just press 1 on the keys. I forgot I coded that. In fact, I could just press 1 on this one slot. And it'll always put it into a treasure chest. Wow. Alright, that should probably be enough, right? That's got to be enough to win. What level are they? 211? Yeah, I think I went overboard. We still lost, but I'm confident that they can beat this. Yeah, there they go. And now the rest of the game should just be easy. That's the hardest boss if you only have 2 adventurers. Yeah, they beat that. Now they're probably going to beat this. Yep. Now they're probably going to beat the next battle. So it's really just, can you beat the Yeti? Once you beat the Yeti, you've beaten the game. I can't even click this. There we go. And time. Okay, so that is 31 minutes times 8. So it's about 4 hours. How is that? How is that possible? How is that possible? Does that mean that you could speedrun the whole game in like 2 hours if you had more adventurers? Or does it mean that other adventurers don't actually help? It probably means other adventurers don't help. I think you should just power level one of them. Because that's how we won, right? They have 1200 power. Yeah, wow. Okay, well, yeah, let's add it as an achievement, I guess. Do we have an achievement image for that already? Icons, ability. No, this is the worst. How do I scroll? So slow for some reason. Who wants to scroll that slowly? All right, well, whatever. The thing that I'm looking for is the Adventurer Perks one. Where is that? This. It's got the mage. It does not have the rogue on it, but I think that's okay. I think we'll use this as the achievement icon. Yeah. Okay, so that's what we would do. The achievement itself is very easy to code. Achievement ID. Did I not call it achievement ID? Here it is. So what do we call this achievement? Beat story mode using only the rogue and the mage. What do we title this? All right, shadow magic comes to mind a lot. That makes it sound more like a warlock. The delightful duo. Why can't I hire anybody? No, it's got to be something that when it pops up against all odds. Lonely Town. Bonnie and Clyde. I kind of like this one. But it's not really luck-based or anything. In fact, maybe what we do is maybe we allude to the strategy for beating this. Something like tons of treasure. Or loot hoarders or something like that. Also, wait, what time is it? Yeah, okay. Hero complex. That one's not bad. Treasure. Blast and dagger. Fire and dagger, I think would be interesting. I kind of like that. All right, so let me shortlist the ones that I like the best. I think these. I do kind of like that. I mean, the mage also has lightning, which is the only reason why I wouldn't want it to... We could call it like spells and dagger, but I like fire and dagger better. Two's company, everyone else is dead. They're not dead. First in the party is the best I can come up with. Want to reference the way starter Pokemon always get over leveled. Maybe Shadow and Fire. Well, okay, let's see. The icon has the mage with the fireball, so I think we call it Fire and Dagger. That's probably best. Yeah, okay. I think Fire and Dagger is good. I think it's good. I'm going to give Demo Light a point. Okay, so we have the achievement name. Let me go add it in here. So this is beat, what do we call this? Beat story mode with starter adventurers. Equals 25. Add achievements on Steam. Name or like ID is going to be that. Description is going to be this. Cool. Okay, now we got to go finish plugging this in. So this is when you beat the final boss on Beat Elite instance for first time. Yeah, so if instance ID is equal to the Inferno and town.gameplay mode is not challenge mode. So story mode, final boss, we check to see if you've gotten only 2 adventurers. It's 90 degrees, but covered with ice, the North and South Pole. Hey, Patootie. And thanks for the resub. You're almost at 3 years. It's approaching so quickly. I hope you're doing well, Patootie. I know you're always just dropping by. Someday you'll hang out here again. I guess the way we could do this is just check here if town.adventurers.count is equal to 2. Or we could say less than or equal to 2. No, we could just put equal to 2. And there it is. Okay, so note. No, you know, I will put a less than or equal to just in case someone finds a way. Yeah. Doesn't line up with mine very well one of these days. Hope all's well with you too. Yeah, by the way, I don't mean to add guilt. Sorry, that sounds bad that I even said that. Yeah, all is going pretty well. I'm feeling good. Yeah, Abby's doing really well too. She is the biggest cuddle bug. Let me see if I've got a picture. I am looking through my photo album. But a lot of these I can't share. I'll share an old one that I have that I can show on screen. Here it is. Our little cat, so sunbathing. She's a good cat. All right, so note you can only beat the ogre by having both the rogue and the mage. I tested a bunch of times to make sure it's impossible to... I tested that it's impossible to beat the ogre with just one adventurer. Well, you know what we could do? We could just check to see, do you have the rogue and the mage and no one else? But I don't really care. Yeah, if someone found a way to get past this, as long as they're just beating with 2 adventurers, that's fine. I set mental swiftness to proc 100%. And Cloak of Shadows dodge 100% of the time and still lost, and that's the only randomness. That is a cozy looking cat. Okay, so there's the achievement. Now what we have to do is go add it on Steam. Let me go do this really fast. I think I can show this on screen, by the way. I originally didn't think I could, but Cakes told me that I think it's possible. So I'm going to do some of this off screen and then I'll show the rest of it. Because the UI is not like, it's not like setting up achievements is even something that should be private, really. Okay, so here we go. So we make a new achievement. And we want this over here. There is no progress stat. Then there's a name and a display name. What is this one? New achievement name, yeah. Name is Fire and Dagger. Description is beat story mode using only the rogue and mage. Okay, now we save this because you can't update the icons at the same time that you make the achievement. So now we have to edit it. And now I need to go make this. Is Abby in the credits? No, I think that would devalue the other people in the credits. All right, so how do we do this? Because I have forgotten. I wrote a README though, didn't I? Steam.md? Ruinstall image magic, JPG, but how did I get them into JPEGs? Oh, I didn't. Quickie Joe did. I should have those in my downloads folder somewhere, right? Skeletal icons, here it is. So, I don't think we have them all. No. Oh, no, there it is. We also had this one. There's an archer there and mushy there. So, yeah, we want this. All right, I should write a note here. Note the Quickie Joe made the JPEGs for me. If he hadn't, I would have needed to remove the borders myself, i.e. it's not a straightforward conversion. Okay. You want a Dota game? Nice. What's your average win rate? I'm guessing it probably hovers around 50%, right? And I'm guessing that's what everyone's hovers around unless you're at like the very top or maybe at the very bottom. So we need to take this and do what with it? I guess let's just go put it into temp, new achievement. Paste that there. Copy a path to this. And then run this thing on it. I just want this. So that's full color input, grayscale output. Yeah. Temp, new achievement. Done. We have our grayscale right there. Looks good. We go plug this in. New icon. We get temp, achievement. Got it. And then grayscale. Okay, upload. Can't forget to press that button. And over here, same thing. Done and done. Upload and upload. Okay, now we save them. Looks good. Time on the treadmill's over. Patootie is making it sound like, yeah, I just subbed at the end of like a 40-minute run on the treadmill. Just getting a few miles in. But in reality, Patootie's like, okay, beep, 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 beep. Let's sub to Adam. I'm done. I'm gonna go now. I'm glad. I hope you had a good workout, Patootie, and thank you for the sub. And thanks for gifting another sub. This is a 5-minute warm-up. Okay, it actually was what I was painting there. Allegedly, almost exactly 50%. Wow. Yeah. You won 514 matches, pretty much. Okay, so now I publish this. There's nobody get these achievements yet in the game. Not that anyone probably cares. Oh, I should probably click view diffs before I do this, huh? Yeah, new achievement done. Really publish. Okay, what about this one? Cool. Publish to Steam. Dunzo, we got our new achievement in the game. So that's the whole achievement? Yeah, that's pretty much it. You just had to add it on Steam, and then you just need to call into this. I haven't tested it. We need to test it now. So what we're going to do is go update the playtest. I don't know how long it takes for this part to work. Oh, wow, it's already there. Yeah, look at that. Fire and dagger. Okay, so then all we need to do now is rewind our save file a little bit. So let's go load this up. And we have elites that we've beaten. We just get rid of the last one. Then we launch the game. And we're actually going to do this the wrong way first. We're going to hire another adventurer and make sure it doesn't happen. And then I'm going to reload and make sure it does happen. So first, hire an adventurer. Now we have 3 adventurers. And now when we beat the final boss... we got no achievement. But if I reload the game and do the same thing, we'll get the achievement now. Nice. Yeah, cool. Why did it say 0.1% completed? I don't know. Weekend plans? Probably some dev, some Slay the Spire, and like normal chore and errand stuff. I think I should probably remake the trailer this weekend. Well, it said 0.1% before I had even gotten it. But even if I had gotten it, it should have been 100%, right? Because, oh, wait. Oh, no, that's not how that would work. Yeah, it should have been 0%. I just hadn't achieved it yet. What was I going to just do? Something I was talking about. Oh, the trailer, right. Yeah, so we have the new town menu in the game, but all of the screenshots and even the trailer has the old town menu in the game, and it just doesn't look as polished. I'm also kind of wondering if we should just hide that town menu for a lot of these shots. Like, it's not relevant in this shot, for example. Actually, it's not relevant in pretty much any shot. So I wonder if we should just get rid of it. I don't know. Get some rest for the final week of Squeeze. Yeah, so here's what I'm thinking. I think the final week is going to be very little like real development. It's going to be some prep, it's going to be some playtesting, and it's going to be some marketing. But I don't think we're going to be doing any like, hey, I'm working on this task for 4 hours kind of thing. Or if I'm doing that, it's because I'm like, well, we have nothing else to do. But yeah, I'm going to try to keep an eye on this. All right, so what did I tested this and everything. So now we just need to check this in, right? So this is update readme. I'm not going to read the readme. And then we have this. Yeah, very straightforward. Add fire and dagger achievement. This took me about 30 minutes at 8x speed to achieve. I think this shows that the treasure room is overpowered. New song. Actually, that'd be kind of interesting. I don't have any other ideas that I've been composing, though. So I'd have to start from scratch. Also, it would take like way too long. I don't think I can get that done in a week. But I like Dark's ideas. Okay, so now we got to publish the game. I wanted to add one more achievement, actually. Get at least X gold medals in bone mode. We could always do that later. Yeah, we could always do that later. But I kind of want to add that still. But yeah, not now. I think I'm going to go take a break, and then we'll come back and publish. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Okay, I'll be back in a little bit. Is it jump time? It's jump time. Hello again. Also, hey Nero on YouTube. Oh, close the game. You can only join through Twitch. Sorry. I just never made the bot listen to YouTube. Okay, so we are on publishing, which means syncing these changes. Hey, Atomic. How'd you sleep? Yeah, I figured. Yeah. Now distracted from coding. Complete more to-do items. All right, what did we do here? Item stacking, place sounds. Yeah, it's mostly like fix bugs and add an achievement. Oh yeah, how is that short doing on YouTube? Not very well. I wonder if I should even bother posting this to TikTok. It's not like specifically about my game. It's just about Godot. And yeah, it's probably still worth publishing. Okay, so merge this. So we're done with that. Now we go pull the changes. And then click over here. Actually, you know what I want to run next? I probably should have done this on my branch. Is .NET format. I'm going to hold off on that, I guess. Okay, yeah, publish. What are we publishing? The demo too? What did I even do? When did we last publish? What's going on? How about this? Let's just publish a demo so that this has a chance to run, and then I'll figure this out in a bit. Please don't fail. Please don't fail. Please don't fail. It's gonna fail. Ugh. No winning. All right. Engage privacy mode. Oh, you were here this whole time, Mr. D-Boy? Wow. Yeah, I hope you sleep well. I wish you the best of luck. I hope you have a good weekend. Things will pick up. Don't you worry. Have faith in the system. The system being a web of influencers. Yeah, thanks for being here, though. Oh, confirm login on your phone. Okay. Trust the spiders. They made the web what it is. Waiting for confirmation. Yeah, you don't need to yell at me. All right, there we go. So now I can run the release tool, and then we can choose the demo and then just figure out what I'm doing here. It's probably a good idea to publish it anyway. Demo. Sure. Okay, what changed and when was the last thing I did? March 2nd, and it is now March 6th. So we want to look at everything from March 2nd. So it's this and this. So did anything affect the demo? This probably didn't. It could have, though. Wait a second. What? Didn't this stuff already make it in? The intro thing I thought I did in the prior one. Fix intro fading. What did I say on this thing? Intro fade-in should look nicer. What? It was March 2nd, though. Monday at 5 p.m. When was this? 19 hours ago. Oh, I published it from... Okay. I understand. Oh, this is going to be harder to figure out then, huh? No, this is why I should never publish from other branches. In fact, my release instructions say not to do this, and I do it anyway. Now I remember why. Okay. Well, then we need to figure out what was actually March 2nd was recently. Fix key signature, expand garbage slimes drop zone, change highlight color, improve the look of the town menu. That all made it in. Okay, so here's new stuff. So that was all... Wait, no, that's not possible, though. Unless this is not what I think it is. Oh, this is what Darkstorm suggested. Yeah. Okay. So that's not... Yeah, none of this stuff is really for the demo except for that. Yeah. And then what do we have over here? Fix some small bugs, improve some things. Is it even worth posting patch notes? Probably not. Yeah, I don't think it's really worth posting patch notes. But I do think it's worth publishing. Like any little fix should make it into the game. All right, well, I'm glad I kicked this off then, because now we don't really have to wait for very long. Should be done pretty soon, in fact. But then we have to do this for the release version too. Man. I mean, I might as well run this while we're waiting, huh? Okay. Do you want to upload to itch? Yes. It's better now. Enjoy. Yeah, you figure it out. So some companies do that sort of thing. Like Nintendo's infamous for doing that. And it is kind of frustrating as a gamer when you're like, did they fix that issue? Did they fix this? Did they improve that? Is the balance different? And you can't find any details anywhere. All right, so now we do the exact same thing, but this time with the launch version. I have not been updating the playtest version because no one's really playtesting it. But I probably should next week. Improve 5.047%. I should make some kind of game score thing. That way I can do that. Although then I need to publish when it decreased in quality. Decreased by 100%, took the servers offline. Wow. Well. Added boss statues. What else did we end up doing here? That's pretty much it. I don't think today felt very productive. The game got slightly more polished. I guess there's going to be diminishing returns, right? Like, let's say your UI or your art is all placeholder. Changing that is going to make your game feel wildly different. Then, what did I do? I added boss statues. Yeah, that's going to be like, oh, hey, someone noticed that. And they're like, ah, that's cute. And then that's it. This is like a 3 seconds of delight kind of feature. The achievement's probably pretty good. That's like 4 hours of delight, maybe, or pain. And I don't remember what else we did. That was worth it. It was worth it. Oh, whoops. I didn't realize I printed out every single time. Yeah, I probably want to go fix that. Modify a release tool to not print every single TXT and PDF that gets emitted. It's not TXT files, is it? There's a README. What did I put the... Yeah, it's not TXT. It is TXT. Oh, yeah, that's right. I did the playtest. That was half an hour of my time. Yeah, I guess part of the reason it doesn't feel very productive too is... Oh, wait, no. Hang on. I'm about to be wrong. What I'm gonna... Yeah, never mind. I did stream for like a normal amount of time. I was going to say I kind of have to end soon because I have to feed the cat at 4. And we're not super close to 4 o'clock, but I wanted to make sure I was not in the middle of a task and then couldn't release because Abby's crying for food. All right, we can go find that code. Adding... There, nice. Here it is. Okay, and then I go put this online. And this is 0.9. Oh no, are they disjoint now? No, no. I wanted to keep their numbers the same. I messed up. Okay, well, whatever. I'm not republishing that. It's probably not even that hard to fix, but I'm not gonna bother. So now I gotta just approve these things on my phone. Confirm change 097. Why did I not get a confirmation for... Oh yeah, the release doesn't need it because it's not out yet. All right, so everything's live. We decided not to post anything about it. Did the last post get any kind of traffic on it? 564 impressions, 64 views, 9 upvotes, 0 comments. Yeah, it's probably not worth posting a new one because it would be a minor one anyway. All right, so publish is done. Modify this to not print out every single path that gets put here. Maybe it shouldn't log anything. Is this helpful at all? No, I don't think it's helpful. Maybe we could just log once saying added sheet music. Yeah. Added num files added. Files to that. Yeah, I'm not going to test this. If it breaks, we'll just find out next time we try to release. Oh, actually, you know what we could do? We could test it by just running this again, but not doing anything. Stream ends in like 5 minutes, or we got a bit more time. We'll probably have a little bit more time. Yeah, so it ran. That's all that matters. Okay, so change noisy log message from release tool. That'll push all the tags as well, I believe. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. All right, so Monday's going to be tenants journal. I really want to add this achievement. Add achievement. Curiosity cooked the bird. I love that. Maybe it just won't have the right icon yet, but that's okay. Hey, Rockpile. We didn't need to force push this time. We didn't rebase or anything. But yes, it does fix everything. Modify release tool, that's done. So there's, I mean, I could fix this stuff. I'm not going to probably bother at this point. Let's take a look at the issues list. What do we get down to? Oh, nice. We're on to one page. Wait, no, why is there a second page? Oh, because it's 25 per page. I thought it was 30. Okay. We're not down to one page yet. I mean, I don't think this is going to happen now. This is kind of a cool idea, actually. Could be a cool perk to have. Plus 15% employee discount for X seconds. Add upgrades to perks as unlockables just by completing challenges. That's pretty cool. Especially the 2 commas. This isn't that interesting, I think. Add one more mana granting perk. I don't think we're going to do any of these beforehand. It's not the best possible crop. This is kind of cool. Yeah, a lot of this stuff's kind of neat. I like the ideas. I don't know if they'd be fun to pick in the middle of a run as a perk. You can check 125 comment for possible achievements. Oh yeah, sorry. I think I saw that like around the time of my break. I think I have looked through this sometimes before, but I have some of the achievements in mind. Yeah, and I think the pacing is already pretty good. So now it's just the fun, silly things. The bird one needs an achievement. It needs an achievement. It's like that drives the joke home. So I think that one's great. And then there was one other achievement that I wanted to do, which I think was just like get a bunch of gold medals. I think we also want to change the gold medal times. Someone named Zen suggested this. Change gold medal times or the spread of medals in bone mode. So yeah, I don't think this is going to happen. I like a lot of the ideas here, but I don't think we're going to add these before launch. It would require localizing the names, and now is not the time to scramble. Well, it's not even just that. It would require balancing everything. Every new perk changes the, what's the word? Occurrence rate of all other perks. Yeah. Take care, Prezel. Hope you have a good weekend too. So this is done. Other achievements: beat Inferno with a single adventure, have all enchantress spell cast ones. I don't think you need these. I just want this one. Okay, so the only I'll just say, summing up, the only achievement I still want to add is the one where you get X gold medals. And then we'll just put details, summary, original details. There. Okay, what else? Can we do any of these? Oh, what's this? Yeah, this is a very simple change. Post launch message. What's that say? You unlock the volcano, which marks the end of the demo content. Please don't forget to wishlist Skellin Seller. It should launch in March 2026. You've unlocked the volcano, which marks the end of the demo content. We hope you had fun. Buying the game will let you continue from this point. Full game has several more locations, buildings, adventures, and even a roguelike game mode to unlock. I probably shouldn't have hinted at that, right? That was supposed to be a surprise. But I guess it won't be for people who played the demo to the end. And we've already translated this, right? Yeah. All right, well. Whatever. So yeah, the only thing we have to do is delete this message and then start using this one. But we can't do this until you can buy the game. So we got to hold off on this for another like maybe 8 days. Yeah. Because I don't mind if someone shows up on like March 9th. Wait, March 9th, what am I talking about? It's March 15th. And they see something like, oh yeah, buy the game to continue. And then they go try to buy it and it says it comes out on March 17th. I think that's okay. Because there won't even be that many people playing the demo 2 days before launch. Because there aren't that many people playing it now. How many do you have playing it right this second? 0. 0. Yeah. How has this changed? And yeah, so the last month has been pretty much the exact same as the month before that. I mean, sure, plus 7%, but the numbers we're talking about are not so high that that matters. It's like 70 people. All right, anything else? I mean, this is probably not happening at this point. Yeah. Still agree with my prior comment. I'm going to close this for now. Also, it's not like I'm not amenable to changing these things. It's mostly just a should we prioritize it before launch question. And I think the answer is no. I want to do this one. We should do this on Monday. This has been a long time coming. Tackle highlighting the adventurers button when you can level up. It won't be obvious though, will it? I don't think it's going to be obvious. Maybe we just shouldn't even do this one. Catch 5 goblins? I don't think I want there to be a goblin one. I'm not totally sure why I feel that way though. I kind of want to see how people experience that. Just that there's a goblin in the game. Not sure if I'll turn in bread or pizza. Both are excellent fates for that dough. Adventures button. So suppose it's we're green right now. It would indicate you could do something there. But you wouldn't know who you could level up at a glance. And nothing would tell you that. And we wouldn't have a tooltip for it. When you do level up and you haven't spent a skill point, this turns green and says you have 1 adventurer with an unspent skill point. But if you'd spent that skill point and now you have enough to level up, this would turn green and then it would have to say something like you have an adventurer that can be leveled up. But it should probably tell you in the tooltip who that is. I don't think we're going to do this. Yeah. If we did this, the tooltip would need to tell you which adventurers you could level up. I think the button would almost always be green too, so it wouldn't really mean a lot. Not going to do this. Maybe the color the level circles if the class can be leveled up. Yeah, it would be pretty subtle, I think. Like, people might not even realize that's the case. In fact, some people never even realized that the buttons turned green before. They used to either be white or they would be light green. And some people, they just never even notice that. And it's okay. You can still figure out that, like, oh yeah, I can level up this character. I have a building that I can build. You don't need them to be green. Now I think it's maybe even more obvious. I'm not sure if it's more obvious or not, but... I finished breakfast and there's pizza here. Well, I'm getting hungry. Yeah, I'm gonna close this. Okay, so I want to close one more issue now, if we can. I don't think there's anything easy to close. Well, this one's not bad, but this is a follow-up thing. Yeah, okay, how about this? Let's put this into the other issue that we have. Low priority tasks that are impossible to mess up. No, not that one. Post-launch ideas. 1214. Steam Market. What is this called? Steam Points Shop. Is that the official name? Steam Points Shop. Yeah, it's capital S. Relocating this to 1279 for now, since we can't really... Well, we can tackle it before launch, since I don't want to tackle it before launch. Notice it directly in the demo that when something can be used, it was green. I think probably most people notice it. But yeah, there are some people who didn't. But yeah, I don't want it to turn green like all the time. What else do we have? Oh, this one we should probably do on Monday. I think this is kind of unpolished looking. Fade in and out of the outro. I don't want to do this one though. This doesn't sound fun to me. Swapping items, should we allow for that? Right now, if you have an item on the ground and you try putting it into the shop, let's say, well, in that case, I put it to the side. And maybe that's what you'd want to have happen. I'm not actually sure. But yeah, if you click this, it just says that shop is full. Some people expect it to swap. I think this might not be very easy to do. Was this before we had drop zones? I think it was. What day was... Yeah, April of 2025. I don't think we had drop zones back then. Because the way this works now, I think people would be fine with. Where you click to put this here and it just puts it to the side. The problem is when you try to click to put this here and now it just doesn't do anything. It says the shop is full. Maybe this is fine. When do we make item drop zones? Item drop zone. I just want to see when we created this originally. History. Oh, February. Seriously? That was surprising. Well, February is before April, or whenever I saw that, right? April. But feedback 7. Whoops. I do not want to click that. I don't want to accidentally leak other people's personal information. It's one thing if I leak my own. Feedback 7. Here it is. What was the time? April 11th. Yeah, wow. Geez, I don't know. Maybe we didn't have them on the shops? Did we? We probably added them on shops. I don't know why we wouldn't. Yeah, shops had them. Okay, well. I don't know, but I don't want to do this. I just don't think it's very important. Let me read this again. Swap items. If I grab an item and then drop it on another item, item I'm holding would take its place. Would it be hard to make it so if you drag an item onto a display and an item's already there, it would swap places? Replace the item you're dragging and pick up the item on the display. I think there's very marginal benefit here. I don't think I'm going to do this. It somewhat pains me since people were asking for it. There's not much benefit. Item drop zones existed even back in April when people were asking about this. Yeah. So the only scenario where this really matters is that the shop or warehouse is full and you try swapping items. In that case, we need something to preempt this. Need to change the code to detect that scenario. And the other thing is that there's a non-zero chance that I screw everything up and allow for duplicating items or getting items stuck or something. Yeah. Weirdly, I haven't heard this much since April. I've seen people play. I think someone on the Steam forums asked about it, though. Swap? And I think I said I had plans for it. Is this searching? Yeah. Yeah, back in June. Like, it was all at the same time, right? Okay, wait, what did they talk about here? Certain point, I had two parties going on missions. One brought back the yellow potions and some blue. Others just blue, but a lot of them led to an excess of blue potion stock. I mean, every shelf had blue potions. Manual method for swapping out. Yeah, that's the one change I think people could maybe see. I'll link to this comment in particular. How do I do that? There. Which is what suggestions like this comment were about. Hey, who cares? Hey, Pikachu icon. We make a list of things people have asked for or suggested and check after launch if new people ask or suggest it, and then implement those if they're feasible. So I don't think I necessarily need to make a list, only because I probably have an idea of when people have asked about this in the past. Like this one in particular, I remember there was a comment from sometime. It was apparently back in June. So I'm going to rely on a combination of memory and just there only being so many feedback channels that exist. It's probably going to be Discord. It's probably going to be the Steam forums and reviews. So if, let's say, there are 5 negative reviews and they all have the same complaint and it's not some like core philosophical complaint, then we probably just address it. That's good? Yeah. Sounds good. Yeah. So some things that in fact, I probably commented on that thread and I said like, hey, you just should stop getting blue potions. Yeah, no, I did not say that here, but that's probably what I would have said if I hadn't been busy. But yeah, there are a lot of people, and I've actually seen someone recently play the game who kind of run into the same scenario early on, and I don't consider this a problem, but I think some people do, and they're like, why isn't the game solving this for me? So they are playing the game, they have auto battling, they have a couple of adventurers, and let me just unlock everybody. Okay, so now let's kind of cheat our way through this. All right, so they got something like this going on. They're fighting over here. They wouldn't have 4 adventurers, but this is just for the sake of demonstrating this. In fact, let me turn on invincibility. Okay, so they're fighting over here and they're getting items. Let's speed this up a little bit. Yeah, cool. So they're getting some items. They're getting yellow potions and cloaks and these blue potions. And then they're like, oh, I have some other adventurers, so let me throw them into the forest. And they do this, and they throw them into the forest. And now what happens is, as they win these battles, they start getting tons and tons of the cheapest item in the game. And they're just like, I want a way to handle these items. That's actually not what I intend to happen here. What I intend to happen is like, just stop getting those items. They're useless. They're clogging your town. And for whatever reason, that rubs some people the wrong way. I know what the reason is. The reason is they're like, well, my adventurers, if they're not adventuring, then they're not doing the thing that they were like, that they can do. But there is a way to turn them into workers, and now they'll go pick up items. And like, that's what you should do sometimes. That's why the game gives you this upgrade. So if people wrote negative feedback on that particular point, I'd probably be like, look, that's just part of the game philosophy. And if all of your workers worked perfectly and you never did anything, it would be just a purely idle game. It's not intended to be that. In fact, if you think about it, games are really just like sets of problems for the player to solve. Because if they wanted to, they could have just made every game play itself perfectly, and then you'd have no input, and it would be a movie or an idle game or a replay. Make sure to leave a core philosophical concern. Not enough Abby representation in the game. She's not in the credits. Remove Adam. He didn't do anything. He's being controlled by that cat. All right, well, I'm feeling pretty good. You know what I have not looked at in a little while is, did we get any new Steam reviews? Oh my God, we did. We got one new review. Let's read it. Recent. Oh, hey, it's Demolight. Demolight's there in chat. We're going to read your review. I found this nice gem while I was skipping through the recommended YouTube channels and found a video where Adam Learns was talking about the development process of every checkpoint in the game, which made me curious to find out more about the game. Demo is short, but the demo didn't end there. Just prevented us to battle in more stages, so the player could take a deeper look on what can be done in the town. Also, the demo starts with a nicely crafted intro and tutorial section where the player can learn various aspects of the game and how it all works. Really noticed the passionate development team behind this game. Definitely a must purchase for auto battlers. Wow, thanks. Adam really knows his audience. Yes, this was helpful. Yeah, so this is one of the things that I was like trying to steer toward. And I don't know if Demolight heard me talk about this beforehand or afterward, but a lot of the features I've been working on in the last couple of weeks have been just like, I want people to know this was not some just quick thing I shoved off the table. Like, I put a lot of time into this. And someday someone's going to play that sheet music that I made. There's going to be a Skellin orchestra tour. All right. Well, let's bump this down to Monday. Fix these. Or like, how about this? Let's just fix the one that Darkstorm highlighted, because I don't think the other ones look bad. Fix the bush under this tree. Can hardly see it. All right. Cool. Work pays off, I would say. Yeah, you know, I think it pays off. There's like a multiplicative factor of your audience. Let's say you make a feature that provides, I don't know, 17 seconds of joy to somebody, right? There's a cutscene, it's pretty short. If you have 10 players, you have brought 170 seconds of joy into the world. But once you have like 1 million players, it's like, wow, that 17 seconds actually was like kind of felt like it paid off, you know? And that's kind of how I look at this. I liked watching a lot of people play Undertale because there are moments in the game that are funny and they're set up well, and I think the game is well crafted. And I sometimes want to see other people's reactions to those moments. And it's the same thing in other games like Breath of the Wild. This is an incredibly minor spoiler for people who have not played Breath of the Wild after this long, but there is the Yiga clan. And the way that this works is so cool Like, it really took me aback when I was playing the game. Where is it? Dialogue. Okay, this is why you just don't trust Bing. I bet Google will do a better job. Yes. There's not a great single frame example. Yeah, anyway, these characters will talk to you just like they're random NPCs. And in every other video game you've probably played up until this point, random NPCs have just garbage text to say, so you're not really paying attention. Then they say something weird and it kind of trips you up, and then they turn into an enemy. And it's just, that moment is so cool. That's really hard to find from people playing Breath of the Wild because it happens like 3 hours into the game, and then once you've seen it once, you can expect it afterward. But yeah, I wanted there to be a lot of those moments in here. He forced me to play it. I had fun playing a video game. He plays bets on number of sales, and if it's over X amount of sales, he'll do a Skellin dance for us. I am not going to be dancing on stream ever, so don't expect that. But I do plan on having a bet on number of sales. So I think we'll do that on Monday before launch. So the 16th. We'll have some kind of bet. And the way I'm going to do this, and I'll say this then too, but you guess X, which is a specific number, and then the person who is closest in either direction wins. I don't know what the prize is, if any. Maybe a free copy of the game or something. I don't know. But actually, no, you wouldn't be able to find out until the next day, because I would say that it's for the whole day. Not gambling. I mean, I guess it kind of is. It's a bet, but there's nothing on the line for it. Gambling implies there's something on the line, right? You say some weird dialogue and then turn into an enemy. Like Master Koga is great. Dignity. Other dignity is always on the line. We make choices every day. We can exercise or reject our dignity. All right, who are we rating? Because I am definitely going. I have been a hard-working person this week. Okay. I'm gonna send you over to someone who would probably like to take credit for the game. It's Pige. He drops it every once in a while. And he's playing Path of Exile. I appreciate y'all, especially everyone who gave subs today. You didn't have to do that. It's very nice of you. I'll be back on Monday, probably with a light dev day, maybe like half a day. There's a lot of marketing stuff to do. So thanks. Have a good weekend and see you next time.